Though the musings on this podcast might be sweet as a bright red maraschino cherry, the language and themes can be sour as a dark red tart cherry. On this episode, we're cherry picking the topic of yogic energy with Mandi Brown. Hey y'all, I'm Grace, host of Mediocre Mystic, and this is Mindful Maraschino, the meditative moment when we pause and ponder a particular seed of truth cherry picked by one of our cherry copper congregants. Thanks for tuning in with your forks and ears. Please take a moment to subscribe, follow, rate, and review Mediocre Mystic on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or any of the platforms where you find your podcasts.
I think what I realized is that yoga is really just movement and breath. And, when I was studying to be a yoga teacher, I got really deep into that ideal. It's like, it's just movement. It's just breath. It's just getting into your body, getting grounded, finding those chakra points, and, finding the energy from each one of those. Each one of those represents not just a part of your body, but an energy source, and we're pulling that energy source from the universe. So, what I realized is yoga and our whole world and all of our energy it's science too. And people are like, I don't believe in energy. And I'm like, but you do, because you use it. Your stove is energy, it creates heat. Your body does the same thing, and it's based out of your breath work. I realized how powerful humans can be, and the human mind is a powerful thing. Stop trying to find your source within other humans. It's within you. It's so much bigger than one person can be. And a lot of us are just kind of walking around in a daze. But when you get really grounded in your yogic practice, or even in your meditation, which, is part of yoga a lot because it is breath work too, creates space to know more about our own spirituality and what we're capable of. I know I could sit in the spot in the floor and meditate and breathe, and that's still yoga. It's still praying. It's still being one with the universe around us and the energies that we create.
Whilst I love the woo-woo, I also love science. I've never liked the dualism that my theological training taught, pitting faith and reason as enemies. To me, they are great companions. I find faith reasonable and reason faithful. I've written more essays on this topic than I can even recall, and even in my fundamentalist days, the either-or way of looking at the world never sat right with me. I've always viewed the world with a both-and perspective. Mandi spoke about the universal truth that bridges the gap between reason and faith uniquely: energy. Energy can be neither created nor destroyed. It serves as both a scientific law of the conservation of energy and as a spiritual principle, working with the many forms of energy. I really loved Mandi's example of a stove giving off heat, and the way our bodies do much the same as we experience energy. I'd like to extend the metaphor a bit. Much like a stove has knobs for tuning to the right conditions to cook a meal, so too, chakras are those tuning knobs for the energy in our bodies and minds that help us weather whatever the conditions may be in life. As we have faith in the spiritual mindfulness of our breath to bring us to a reasonable center, the reason of the physical scientific benefits to us prove faithful. Mandi's thoughts on humans as powerful, and the truth of a power also greater than us, speak to the balance between the individual and the collective. If we practice yoga on our own, it will be a great lift to our own spirit. It will help us have flexibility in our own bodies for the challenges of the day, and allow us to stock up on that internal energy that we'll inevitably need to call upon for refueling as difficult things in our lives and the world around us drain us. Now, if we practice yoga in community, we'll be lifting one another's spirits, spotting one another or receiving a spot as our physical body requires, and living in that ebbing and flowing between who might need a little extra energy and who might be able to give a little extra energy. In this exchange, as we bring our individual energies together, we amass a collective goodwill, a communal force of care. And so, I leave you with Mandi's encouragement to us. Stop trying to find your source, your energy within others. It's within you, and it's so much bigger than any one person can be. Now that you've heard from Mandi and me, I want to hear from you. What is a favorite practice of yours? Call or text me at 980-355-9665. Email me at mediocremysticpod@gmail.com. Visit mediocremystic.com and check out the show notes for links to social media and references from this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, and review Mediocre Mystic on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or any of the platforms where you find your podcasts. If you'd like to hear more from Mandi, check out Rooted Holistic Wellness for health and life coaching with alternative methods. Until next time, try all kinds of varieties of cherries and pick the one or ones that taste the best to you.